Hey folks, Italian Woodward Fish Hounds. Fish go out and do a little scouting today. It is January the 20th, 2021. So y'all know what that means. It's the inauguration day. So here we go with that. May God be with us, I should say. Anyway, got some trips coming up this weekend, and so I have been busy with one of my cabins trying to get it ready, and so I'm gonna go and make a real quick run, check some places see if they were where I left them last. But anyway, also I'm wanting to try out some new baits. I've got the Overcast lures. Overcast Lure Company. You can look them up, www.overcastlurecompany.com. They're pretty cool looking. They're a pretty cool looking little, almost minnow shape. Got eyes on them with a pack, almost like a paddle tail. It's very realistic looking little bait. But fella, he's the guy that owns this. I got to go back and look at his name and all our emails. But anyway, he sent me several packs to give a try. I'm gonna start. It's real muddy right now back in here where I'm fixing to start. I always do good with orange and muddy water. So this is called a Nano Shad Fire and Ice, but it's a kind of an orange with a lot of silver flash and flake in it. But anyway, it's a trial run with these. I've never used them. I'm pretty excited about them though. They're really good looking baits, so we're gonna see what they'll do. I'm just gonna tie on a little. It's real calm this morning, so I'm not fighting much wind. I'm gonna go with a 16 ounce, just a regular lead head jig head, and start out with that. See what they'll do. I got several other colors that he sent me. So, but anyway, like I say, just you know, the water temperature. It's been warm the last few days. I hadn't dropped my boat down to see what the water temperature is yet, but I'm sure it's slightly trying to warm up. Typically, right now, these fish are going to start. They've been staged out on the river, really heavy, and typically about now you'll get the couple warm days here and there, and they'll start running back into these creeks and kind of coming in a little more shallow. Then it'll turn out cold again, and we're at the late January, so we got a lot of cold fronts left to come before it gets spring. So anyway, they'll run back and forth, and so I'm gonna start out checking some of these those small creek fingers and different things, and say, you know, 16 to 20 foot of water, and check some of these spots and see, and then just work my way out towards the main lake, see what happens. But anyway, hopefully we'll get on something today. I doubt I'm gonna keep any fish, just gonna catch and release, and we'll see what we can do with them. But pretty good looking little jig. I'm excited about giving it a try. But anyway, y'all stay with me. We'll drop this boat down and go see if we can find some crappie. Got the old ACC crappie sticks. Loving them. If you had never tried one, you ought to spend the money and order you at least one. I use nothing but the 10 footers, but you ought to try at least one. They're excellent rods, very sensitive, very light, very balanced. I've got right now 6 on my boat for my customers and of course myself. So, but I'm absolutely loving them. I've done retired all my other rods. B&Ms, all that, I've kind of stuck them to the side. So anyway, y'all should really give them a try. Check them out if you hadn't already. So here we go. We're gonna see what we can find. There's a good one right there to start it out. I done hit quite a few spots. I mean, several. Made a pretty good long run. I mean, that's a slab right there. That's a 2 3/4, big old wide black crappie. Anyway, I've done hit, I don't know, 10 or 15 spots, probably 12, 15 spots this morning, and I hadn't seen a fish. I made a pretty good long run. Boy, that's a good looking fish, isn't it? Goodness. Anyway, I made a good long run, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, try to just get to a different part of the lake, still on the river channel. I got several, about 6, 8 nice fish right here. Another one. I feel like another solid one. Yeah, that's another nice fish. Good fish. I ain't acting like they just want to kill it. They're just easing up in there, barely grabbing it. They're not thumping it hard, but it ain't as good as that last one, but still a nice fish. That's the second one. I just came in. I've been fishing deep stuff all day where they've been being up and down the river channel. I just put one back 15 inches, but probably knocking on 2-pounder, but that's a nice little fish. Yeah, I finally come and check some of those spawning grounds or pre-spawn grounds. The water temperature's colder. I didn't expect them to be in here. It's running 49, 50 degrees. Yeah, in here it's just shy of 50 degrees. Anyway, I'm in about 10, 11 foot of water, and I got a whole stack of them right here. So that's what's happening. They've left that river channel. They started moving back into these shallows, these pre-spawn flats and stuff. Another little small one. They definitely moving in here to pre-spawn. It's a little earlier than I was figuring it would be, but it's happening. So I probably really need to put a beetle spin on. That's typically what I use in here when they get in here every year, but either that or a road runner. All I'm doing is a little jig, little hair jig, just pitching it out, kind of swimming it through them. They're just not killing it, but there's quite a few fish. They'll scatter around and kind of thin out, and then look back here in a minute and there's a whole wad of them again. So they're just kind of cruising around in this little 10-foot flat right here. One right there. Alright, that's number 5 out of here in about 15, 20 minutes. That's a pretty decent fish there. Yeah, he thumped that old Roadrunner good. Kind of show y'all what I'm fishing here. Like I say, this is 12 foot of water right here, and all that's like the end of a big laydown right there, and that's all crappie on that thing. That's where I've just caught the last 3 or 4 of them right there. So I'm trying to keep it about 25 foot from me, and just pitching right past it with that little Roadrunner, letting it fall about even with them, and then slow cranking it right through them. See if we can get one more of them here. Alright, so right now it's about 20 foot. Let's do a little lob out past them. That's me. You can't hardly find me. There I am, falling right into them. I got one chasing it now. They're all darting around it. There he goes. Missed him. See him right there? Yeah, he had it for a split second. I missed him. There's a bunch of them sitting there though. That's me right there. I'll go through them a little faster. Here comes one chasing it. Still don't seem like I found the color that they're just dying for. They ain't hammering it like I'd like for them to. They missed him again. They ain't hitting it good. That's the problem with crappie. It don't matter how many you find, you'll always catch a couple of them, even on a bad day. But you, like right there, is probably 20 something fish at least, and I've caught 4 or 5 out of the wad, and the rest of them just aren't gonna do anything. They're chasing it around, but that one there just chased me all the way to the dang boat and didn't eat it. Got another one chasing it now. He's right there on it, right there, see? Followed it all the way back to the dang boat, right in the front of the boat, and wouldn't eat it. Alright, let's change colors again. Alright, another try. I just went with a marabou, already pre-made Roadrunner marabou tail, black body, chartreuse tail and head. Try that. It's a little different look. There he is, right there. That's a good fish too. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish there. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish there. Double ACC stick over there, son. That's a good fish. That ain't as big as the first one I caught when I first got here. I wasn't record. I don't know. It may be. That first one was 15.5 inch, almost 16-inch fish. That one there is probably pushing it. That's 14.5. That first one I caught was an inch longer than that one. That's a good slab right there. Good looking fish. Nice fish. That fish there was pounding 3/4, maybe a little more. That first fish, that one that was knocking on 16-inch long, that was a big old thick blackmail. He was, if he wasn't 2 pounds, he wasn't much off of it. There he is. See him all staring out. That's a good fish too. Good fish. Ooh, that's a slab. Yeah, that's a slab. That's another one of them hogs right there, boy. Yeah, that's I'm gonna measure him. Oh yeah. That is exactly 15-incher right there. Good solid fish. I hooked into him. I'm talking a whole lot of them darted out of that thing. There's a lot of fish on this, but you just got to keep messing with them to get them to hit. Anyway, I'm playing around with my drone here. Good fish. Change colors one more time. I'm catching 2 or 3 on each color and then they lose interest in it, so try one more color change, see what happens. I got a pretty much electric chicken Roadrunner, 1/8 ounce head Roadrunner, marabou tail. Chunk at them a couple of times, see if I can pick up one more before I leave them alone here. So many dang fish here, and some come. I just watched a whole, probably, I don't know, 8 or 10 nice, all nice fish. Just come from out of nowhere, come in and hang up on this stump for just a bit, and then they left. So that's pretty much how it always is in this area. When they get in here and start trying to pre-spawn, they're always on the move. They'll come through here and hang up on one of these stumps and spend a minute and then move on to the next one. So a lot of times if they're scattered real bad and they're not as concentrated as these are today, you just kind of got to come through here and randomly pitch beetle spins or road runners, and because you never know where they're going to be. All right, folks, I'm gonna call it a day. It's almost 4 o'clock, going on 4, and I got a long run back. But anyway, just a quick scouting trip. I hadn't been out recently. Been busy trying to get another cabin ready, and so. But I got a lot of trips coming up, and I was gonna run out and check some stuff and just make sure they were where I left them last in the winter pattern still deep on the river channel, holding deep. They were not. So anyway, I ended up spending till about noon today running up and down that river trying to find where maybe they had moved around to, and just wasn't finding any fish. Just a couple small groups here and there. Picked up a few over there, and so anyway, the water temperature is 49, 50 degrees this morning. Right now it's about 51.5 degrees, and I wasn't really expecting them to have made a big move right this second. It's late January, but they have. So I came, just figured I might as well. I'm not finding fish. I checked the main lake a little bit, thinking I'd find some out there, but really same thing, in 20-25 foot of water, just a couple here and there. So I came to some of my favorite pre-spawn flats, and sure enough, there they were, 10 or 12 foot of water, 10 or 12 foot flats. Started hitting some of my marked laydowns and big standing timber, and found several good large schools of fish. Also, I'd sit there and fish for a while, and more would come in and leave out, so they're transitioning around is what that is. And so when I change over to road runners, when they're in this pre-spawn stuff, real shallow like this, I just stay a good 25 foot back off of them, and usually tie a beetle spin or a road runner on, and we'll just do kind of the lobbing cast at them and slow crank right through them. And so anyway, I ended up picking up 16 or 18s, 3 of which were absolute hammers. I caught one that was just shy of 16 inches. I had the camera off. That was the first fish I caught, and had not turned the camera on yet. But I caught 2 more on camera that were, one was 14 and a half, and one was another one a little over 15. That 16 incher was better than 2 pound fish, big old thick black crappie. So anyway, I found them, and that's kind of what I set out to do. Just didn't realize they had transitioned, but that's the way they do. I mean, they'll literally, it's like a light switch. Once it happens, it's like overnight, and it happens, and it's like all of them know. And so anyway, that's what's taking place, and looks like we're supposed to be fishing pre-spawn for a while now. Shallow flats, so your smaller creek channels back in there. And so anyway, had a good trip. Had a good time, and appreciate y'all following my YouTube channel. If you hadn't already, I ask that you hit subscribe and keep up with what we're doing. This is mainly to promote my guide service, and so it'll be a lot of trips with customers, some with me scouting, and But anyway, we got some pretty good videos, and going to keep bringing more to you. Give God all the glory. Give him some love daily, and appreciate your time. We'll catch you on the next go around. Thank you.